Is your home has no style yet? You've already added furniture, decor, and lighting, but it just doesn't come together the way you imagined. Here's how you can start with modern Scandinavian design. Mario was in the same boat. His 7x7 meter space had potential, but the layout was all over the place. No clear design direction, and everything felt random. This is the 64th redesign in our 100 interior challenge, and it was a tough one. Mario wanted a modern Scandinavian vibe, and the goal is to redesign his living, dining, and kitchen areas. So, how do you create a warm, inviting, and functional space that still looks stylish? Mario struggled with finding the right pieces for each spot and making the space feel cohesive instead of cluttered. He wanted a modern, relaxing home, but with so many options, he didn't know where to begin. Stick around because we're breaking down every step we took to fix his space, so you can use the same tricks in your own home. Also, if you need urgent design, visit our website at https://designburst24.com. Let's start with the living area. It's 3 by 3.55 meters. Not too small, but the way it was used made it feel tight and cluttered. Instead of feeling like a space to relax, it looked more like a random corner where everything ended up. The dark curtains, mismatched furniture, and awkward layout didn't help. Nothing felt connected. So even though the space was functional, it just wasn't inviting. So here's what you can do. Let's start with the flooring. Since the wood-look vinyl flooring already matches the modern Scandinavian style you want, it can be retained. It's warm underfoot, easy to clean, and still fits the overall look. So instead of replacing it, the focus can shift to improving the surroundings. Before, the walls were plain white, which made the space feel dull and lifeless. So you can repaint them using a soft grage tone like Benjamin Moore's warm neutrals. It adds warmth, softness, and just enough contrast to give the room depth without making it dark. Now, let's talk about the ceiling. It used to be flat and basic, with just one light bulb at the center. That setup is very common, but it doesn't create a cozy atmosphere. Since your ceiling is 3.2 meters high, you can install a cove-style drop ceiling with recessed pin lights along the edges. This makes the ceiling feel taller, while also giving a more finished and modern look. It also solves the lighting issue, because instead of relying on just one light, the brightness is now layered and more balanced. Now, the furniture. The old sofa felt heavy, too angular, and outdated, so you can switch to a curved modular cloud-style sofa. This helps soften the boxy feel of the space and fits well with the rest of the light and cozy theme. The shape makes it more welcoming, and the scale is just right. You can sit comfortably, but it doesn't take over the room. The center table can also be changed. Before, it was too bulky, so you can use a set of drum tables instead. One can stay in the center, and the smaller one can double as a side table. You can walk around it easily. There's plenty of space for one person to pass. The smaller table is also light enough to move with one hand, which makes it perfect if you want to snack, place a book, or add some decor anywhere in the room. To complete the seating, you can incorporate a swivel lounge chair. It has a rounded shape and a 360-degree rotating base, so it's both stylish and practical. It fits the modern Scandinavian vibe and adds a more flexible way to enjoy the space without crowding it. You can also add a wavy full-body mirror with a wooden frame near the hallway area. It fits perfectly without blocking the walkway, and since it's tall, it maximizes the wall height. So now you have something functional and decorative. You can check your outfit before heading out, and the corner won't feel empty anymore. A round rug can help define the layout and make the furniture arrangement feel intentional. It follows the curve of the sofa and chairs, so the space feels more balanced and pulled together. Now, for the decor. You can throw in pastel-colored pillows to keep everything light and soft. It adds a pop of color without going overboard. You can also add small accents like books, indoor plants, and a standing lamp to give it a more relaxed feel. For the curtains, you can use a concealed track setup with oatmeal-toned fabric layered with shears. So the light comes in gently during the day, and at night, it still feels calm and private. An indoor plant like the Madagascar dragon tree can be placed in one corner. Corners like these are often left empty, but placing a tall plant here adds rhythm and vertical interest. And the best part? It's low maintenance. So even if you don't have a green thumb, it still works great for everyday living. Let's move on to the lighting. Before, there was only one central bulb, and that's where most homeowners get stuck. Relying on a single light source often leaves the space feeling flat and cold. So instead, you can layer the lighting. You can install pin lights, add a ceiling chandelier, and even use track lights to highlight different areas. The ceiling can also be upgraded with light wood veneer paneling, so it doesn't feel too plain and adds texture. And to finish off the lighting setup, you can place a floor lamp in one corner. That's great for adding warmth and a cozy mood in the evenings. All these changes are simple, but when combined, they make a huge difference. The room feels warmer, cleaner, and more organized without being boring or stiff. Would you love this kind of setup in your own house? Let us know in the comments below. The TV wall setup before felt more like a quick fix than a thoughtful design. The TV was placed on a small, outdated cabinet that didn't match the scale of the wall, which made the space feel empty and underutilized. You had random items scattered around, like a fan mounted awkwardly to the side, bamboo sticks in a vase, and wall art that didn't tie in with the rest of the space. So instead of a media wall that looked purposeful, it felt like a mix of things just placed wherever there was space. So here's what you can do. Since Mario wanted to incorporate an accent wall, textured stone cladding was used as the focal point. The fluted ribbed panels complement the stone and give the wall depth and texture, elevating the entire room. You can incorporate this combination because it balances natural texture and clean lines, which ties into the modern Scandinavian style Mario wanted. To balance the bulk of the stone wall, open shelves were added. This is not only practical for displaying decor, but it also helps avoid the wall from feeling too heavy. The shelves are arranged symmetrically, so you can easily place a few decorative items without cluttering the space. Next, a sleek, minimalist console was used for the TV setup. This was important because it allows the media area to feel open and airy, rather than cluttered. The open design of the console also ties in perfectly with the shelves and makes the whole space feel more connected. For decor, carefully selected plants and accent items were placed to add life and warmth to the room. These were kept simple but thoughtful and complemented the neutral tones of the accent wall. You can also add some lighting. LED strips were tucked under the shelves, which add a soft glow in the evenings and bring focus to the wall's texture. It's functional and visually appealing. Before we move on, let's check out the finished space. Here's how you can transform your dining area into a modern Scandinavian-inspired space. Before the makeover, the dining area felt cluttered and chaotic. Kitchen appliances, like the rice cooker, were scattered across the table, and storage boxes took up precious space. The cabinet, while full of potential, didn't complement the space and instead made the room feel cramped. The heavy curtains made the room feel closed off, and there was no focal point to tie the space together. It didn't feel like a welcoming spot to enjoy meals. It was more of an afterthought where things were simply placed. Now, let's see what you can do with this 4 by 3.6 meters. You can incorporate cove ceiling to create soft ambiance that enhances the room's atmosphere. Then, you can incorporate fluted wood panels on the walls. These panels add texture and visual interest, with their vertical lines drawing the eye upward. This not only enhances the height of the room, but also makes the space feel more open and spacious. This is an important feature in Scandinavian design, where natural materials and clean lines are prioritized for a minimalist yet warm feel. Now, the furniture. For the dining table, you can replace the old one with a Walker Edison mid-century modern solid wood tapered leg dining table. Its natural wood tone fits perfectly into the Scandinavian theme and complements the light, airy atmosphere you want to create. The table comfortably fits 4 to 6 people, providing ample space without feeling cramped. You can also incorporate modern Scandinavian-inspired dining chairs with fabric-upholstered seats and wooden legs. These chairs combine comfort with a sleek, minimalist design. The soft curves on the backrest and simple structure fit seamlessly with the table, creating a cozy and modern vibe for your dining space. To bring warmth and texture, you can use a hand-woven jute area rug. The neutral tone and natural jute fibers create an earthy, cozy feel without overwhelming the minimalist design. This rug ties the furniture together and adds some depth to the room. Before, the bulky cabinet made the space feel cramped. To fix this, you can install a custom flat panel cabinet that maximizes storage without taking up too much space. This type of cabinet keeps everything organized while maintaining the clean, airy feel that's crucial for a Scandinavian design. Additionally, you can place another set of closed cabinets next to the staircase. This space is often underutilized, but with a minimalist-style cabinet, it becomes a perfect spot for storage without wasting any space. The clean lines and neutral color blend perfectly with the Scandinavian aesthetic, adding both functionality and style. For decor, you can incorporate soft placemats on the dining table. These not only protect the table, but also enhance the visual appeal with their minimalist design. They add texture, while complementing the natural wood of the table, bringing a cohesive look to the dining area. In the open cabinets, you can place personal decor items like vases and framed pictures. These items make the space feel more welcoming and less cluttered, adding a personal touch while maintaining a clean, minimalist vibe. You can also add a framed full-length mirror with vertical wood panel accents. This mirror not only creates the illusion of more space, but also reflects light, making the room feel brighter and more open. The wooden frame ties in with the rest of the design, balancing the space while maintaining the Scandinavian aesthetic. Lastly, since Mario wanted separation between the dining and living areas, you can incorporate rotating vertical slats. These adjustable slats allow you to open up the space when needed, letting in light and airflow. They can also be closed or angled for semi-privacy between the areas, offering flexibility without the need for a permanent wall. This solution fits seamlessly with the Scandinavian style due to its clean lines and neutral color, maintaining a minimalistic and airy feel while providing functional separation. Finally, to complete the look, you can integrate cove lighting and linear LED strip lights. The cove lighting will create a soft ambient glow that adds warmth to the space, while the LED strips highlight the clean lines of the room's design. The lighting not only serves a functional purpose, but also enhances the overall aesthetics, creating a cozy atmosphere that makes the room feel more inviting. Now, let's take a look at how the space looks after incorporating these design solutions. Mario's kitchen had all the essentials, but the setup felt cramped and mismatched. The upper cabinets were old and peeling, while the plastic drawers and exposed items made the space feel more like a storage corner than a proper kitchen. So even if you had space to move, the visual clutter made it feel tighter than it actually was. But here's what you can do to fix it. First, the cabinets were changed to a cleaner, modern look using light wood laminate with a soft texture. This already gives the space a brighter and neater feel. Then, instead of just updating the countertop, you can use terrazzo for both the counter and backsplash. Why? Because terrazzo is super durable and it's resistant to heat and stains. So even if you're always cooking, it's easy to clean and won't wear down. For the cabinet doors, oak veneer was used. It feels solid and looks clean, but still adds texture to the kitchen. Then, instead of keeping everything boxy, a bar counter was placed with a fluted column base. This gives you more workspace and becomes a natural division between your kitchen and dining area. It's wide enough for two people to eat comfortably, and you can walk behind it without feeling squeezed even if someone's already sitting. The Lennox bar stool was added, compact, stylish, and comfy. The legs are slim enough to tuck in easily, so the floor still looks open and spacious. Then for hidden clutter, you can use pull-out cabinets, so even the rice cooker or blender can be stored away, but still easy to grab. So it's clean, but also smart. Then, let's talk about decor. A clean layout is great, but if everything's flat, it starts to feel boring. That's why a layered abstract wall sculpture was added. It adds just enough texture without overwhelming the space, and everything around waist level is within easy reach. So you don't need to bend down or reach up too high. Base cabinets hold your heavier stuff, while the upper ones are perfect for spices, mugs, or pantry items. You can stand straight and still reach them without a stool. There's also a wine shelf beside the bar, and even with that in place, two people can still pass by comfortably. So, you can grab a glass or bottle quickly without digging through cabinets. For bigger appliances, like the air fryer or water dispenser, those were placed inside pull-out base storage. It hides the clutter, but still easy to use, so no bulky machines on top of your counters. Now let's talk about lighting. You might not realize it, but one ceiling bulb is not enough. That's a common mistake. So instead of adding harsh overhead lights, you can place LED strip lighting under the cabinets. It makes the counter glow evenly. You'll see what you're chopping or cleaning without hurting your eyes. Then, track lights were added on the ceiling. Each one is adjustable, so if you want to highlight your plant shelf, your prep area, or the bar, you can just move the spotlight. And to finish it off, above the bar, you can use Nordic retro plant pendant lights. The size is balanced. It's not too low to block someone's view, but it's just right to give that cozy, welcoming feel when you're having dinner or chatting with a friend. So, if you've got a small kitchen like Mario's, you can still make it practical, clean, and comfortable. You don't need a huge renovation. Just the right layout, lighting, and smart storage can completely change how your kitchen works for you. Let's now take a tour of the complete makeover. Previously, we primarily focused on urgent requests from our premium members, but lately, we've been receiving a lot of questions about our services and the cost of designing and rendering a home interior. So, to accommodate those who urgently need their home interiors redesigned and are willing to pay, we will temporarily accept priority requests even from non-premium members at a very low price. So, here's everything you need to know. Our services are incredibly affordable compared to 3D visualization artists on Fiverr. Typically, a single-room render costs between $50 and $150 for just 2 to 3 renders. But with us, you can get 3 spaces, 2 revisions, 15 to 20 photo renders, and even a walkthrough for only $99. We are able to offer this affordable pricing because, with your approval, we feature your project on our YouTube channel. This helps us keep costs down while still providing you with excellent service. You can visit our website at https://designburst24.com. Or, if you prefer, you can hire us directly through Fiverr via the link below. If you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to share them in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe.